Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
And I'm Jacob.
and today we're back with Batman the Brave and the Bold by multiple people because it's an anthology. I don't know why I started it different that way. This is issue number 17. We've got a fair few news stories, a couple single issue stories.
Yeah, so what we have is two single issue stories, something that's labeled a micro story,
which is lovely.
a part 1, and a part 3.
An ending to a story. Let's begin with What's a Calendar by Michael W. Conrad.
Okay. I feel like this was meant to be in the February issue. Because it's about...
I suppose?
It's about Calendar Man in leap year. And we are in a leap year. And this is coming out in September.
I think just the fact that it released in a leap year is a strong enough contender. Does it matter?
I suppose not. But yeah, this is our. I'd argue this is our main Batman story.
Yeah, I also realized as I went to release last issue's video, that Batman just wasn't in last issue at all, anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so glad to see an actual Batman story finally, back in this collection. Also, was not expecting this story to get as existential as it did. Yeah. I guess
a lot happens in this story.
Essentially, it's a Calendar Man hostage situation. He's holding some people hostage because he's gone kind of cuckoo, a little crazier than Calendar Man.
Because it's the leap year.
Yeah, which I suppose if your whole thing is calendars, I guess leap year would kind of drive you crazy, wouldn't it?
Especially if you know what I learned about the leap year.
Is it the whole every 100th year isn't a leap year, right? Is that it? Yeah.
Unless that 100 is also, what is it? Unless the 100 is also visible by 4, then it is, or by something that it is. Leap years are weird, man.
Yeah, very much so. So it's because of the leap year, which is both funny and also, the story does get a little too existential for my liking personally, but no, it's still good. We're focusing on two sides of this. It's drawn by two different artists, which I find really cool. Miguel Medonca, I don't know, and Christopher Mitten. I don't know who does what half of it, but essentially one half is Bullock and another cop on the outside, and the other half is Batman following Calendar Man on the inside of the building. I really like, actually, I think that was one thing I really loved about this, was the two different art styles signifying our different point of view characters. That was really
cool. And they complement each other just really well.
Yeah.
Especially since, because this it's weird. Yeah, it's like you said, weirdly existential.
Because essentially, it's a Batman hostage situation story. It goes pretty much about as you would expect. Pretty paint by numbers. It's still good, but fairly paint by numbers. Decent.
There's a twist in that one of the members that are held hostage is a member of the Yakuza, which
I think Yakuza is how you're trying to pronounce that, but yeah, that's how I've always heard it, at least.
I have heard it both ways.
I've never heard Yakuza. That's interesting. Fair enough. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the twist there, and by the end, we're essentially mentally examining Calendar Man and how his obsession with the passage of time sort of drives him, and Batman has his own sort of musings on it that in the end, and it's good. It's a good story. It's a really solid story, and I enjoy.
Also, some reflection on Harvey Bullock as a character, which is always nice.
Yeah, we do love Harvey Bullock. I did kind of think this other cop with Harvey throughout was going to be like Aaron Cash or something, but it was not.
It is a man called Brooks, who I don't know if he's a character. He may just be new just for this. It's a thing.
I also find the little editor's note here that it's before City of Bane really interesting, because I'm not sure what would have to have it be before City of Bane. I'm not sure what would be important about that. Like, there's a thing in City of Bane that I could see making it important, but that thing that I'm thinking of isn't a factor in this story. It's irrelevant. Whatever. Anyway, I guess
maybe something with Calendar Man you're forgetting, because I feel like Tom King could do something with Calendar Man.
It's possible. Was he in City of Bane? I can't remember actually.
I don't know. I haven't read City of Bane.
Well,
I don't
know. We'll get to City of Bane eventually. Anyway, let's get to our next story. Petsurrection Part 1 by Zipporah Smith. Fucking.
So
what the hell? Okay, once again, if you're not following Fresh Face Comics continuity, my comic shop guy has to pick this up now. But
this is John Constantine doing Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, he's dealing with demon possession of dogs, and Supergirl's cat is here to help him. And
as a cat owner, yes, Streaky deserves all of the pets. And John is wrong for pushing Streaky away. Also, for a Constantine story, I love that this is kind of just darkly comedic. But like,
definitely. I mean, this is also, I think I've read a lot more current Constantine stories than you have. I think this is sort of like the vibe of a lot of current Constantine stories, which, is not something I'm like complaining about or anything. But for me, it does kind of feel like something I've definitely seen before. The only like current like Hellblazer stories doing something different, a little bit more in line with Vertigo, is the Sandman Universe stuff by Cy Spurrier. But I mean, this is still good. I still really enjoy this. It's a fun time. It's a fun Constantine story. Who doesn't want a fun Constantine story?
Yeah, I love the reveal that like the resurrections aren't random. They're all around John. Like,
yeah, because of course
he
John
is the
would
pattern.
Attract something like this.
I love that John is oblivious to Streaky saving his ass multiple times.
Yes, well, of course. I mean, we can't give the cat any credit, It's fun. It's a great time. Also, I do really like the art by Mike Norton.
Art is very fitting for the vibe that this thing is going for. Yeah. I also really like. There's also this like. It's interesting to see what this pendant is. This missing gem. I'm glad this is a multi-part story, but it's a Constantine story.
It's also our shorter story of the collection. It's like our 10-pager, so it's although it's multi-part, it's really going to be the length of like a little over a regular size issue, really, and that's fine. So anyway, let's finish up Duality with Duality Part 3. Which seems to be like the I don't like to throw around the word. People like to misuse the word cameo these days, but let's get a bunch of other DC Comics cameos in there, because why the hell not? I guess we're sort of dealing at first here with the fallout of Montoya's identity being revealed as the Question. Sort of trying to work to cover that up. Montoya goes to see her friend, her sponsor that was attacked back in part 1 of this story, and it sort of puts her on the trail of Vic Sage, who shows up for exactly like 1 page. Wasn't expecting Vic Sage to actually show up in this story, but hey, I'll take it. It's cool. It's a fun time. We're also working to sort of unmask the identity of Zero throughout this. That's the name of the character, right? Zero? Yeah. That's
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We get Harvey Bullock singing "Strangers in the Night" badly.
I need to hear it. I need to hear someone do a rendition of this, because I can't do Harvey Bullock. Anyway. Yeah, sort of puts her on the trail of back when Jim Gordon was attacked by someone, and so this person is also apparently going to go after Kate Kane, Batwoman, and so Montoya goes to see Kate Kane herself, and Zero attacks at the same time, and we uncover the identity.
I gotta ask: is the history between Kate and Renee?
It's very
what
much
I
a thing.
think.
Yeah, it's absolutely what you think it is. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
100%, my friend. Yeah, absolutely.
We need to read some Batwoman on
we
the podcast.
We do. That's why I need to get us to James Tynion Detective, because she's pretty much the main character of that, and it's just, it's beautiful. I love it. Her and Tim Drake. I mean, what's not to love? Also, just that whole team. Oh god, we need to really read that run someday. It's so good. Anyway, I digress. We reveal the identity of Zero to be the same guy that attacked Jim Gordon, and so we beat him in the end. And also, this is apparently going to somehow tie into.
I think this is just the lead into the new question series.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or is it a series or is it a mini? I can't remember.
I think it's a mini. I want to say it's a mini. The question all along the Watchtower, which we definitely won't be covering on the channel because we cover a lot of things on the channel. But hey, cool that it's happening.
I think it was Jamie who asked us, so you're definitely covering it. Here's the thing. I'm very tempted to pick it up and read it on my own.
Yeah.
We cannot coordinate another ongoing at this point. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
I am
it
full.
cannot happen. Nope.
Anyway, I'm full.
Yeah.
Yes.
But either way, the great story. I love Duality. It was just a really great 3-parter. Yeah.
And now we get
Downtime with the Diner.
So I don't think I needed a story of just interactions between Oliver Queen and Billy Batson.
I mean, hey, it's what's not to love, really. Billy Batson.
Exactly.
Billy Batson wants some advice from Oliver Queen, and Shazam wants some advice from Green Arrow, and
Ollie wants to have breakfast with someone because he's in a depressive episode.
Yeah. I mean, I would be too if I were working for the government. I doubt this is meant to be present day during Absolute Power, but would be really funny if it was.
Also, the diner is Grell's Grill, which is a lovely little shout out to Mike Grell.
Of course. Gotta love Mike Grell. King. Also, Clayface is here.
Yeah!
who's just... Look, he's written as like being really depressed, and that's why he lashes out right now, which I really, really love. And so Shazam and Green Arrow have to team up to stop Clayface, and it ends on this really funny note that like, you know, Green Arrow like just sort of like casually calls Shazam buddy, and Billy's all happy that he's Green Arrow's buddy. It's fun. It's a really fun story.
It's fun little character interactions. And can I just say, as we move on to our micro story, props to G. Willow Wilson for somehow making 2 pages almost outshine the rest of the entire issue.
It's so good. Bats Again is so good for 2 fucking pages. It's awesome. It is. It's essentially just a little like comedy story for 2 issues or for 2 pages. But it's Kirk Langstrom accidentally becomes Man-Bat again, but he just kind of has to deal with it for the rest of the day. That's all it is.
It's both really funny and really melancholy at the same time.
Yeah, I love that last page. That last page is just, I think, the last panel. Sorry, last panel is so evocative of just exactly what the story is doing, just for its 2 pages, and it doesn't. I mean, it literally cannot possibly outstay its welcome. I kind of would love it if it were a little longer, and we just were following Kirk, just not being bothered by the fact that he's just walking around as a giant fucking bat and trying to do just day-to-day tasks. It's really funny. I kind of loved it. It's really, really great. And that's for the Bold 17. I think, actually, honestly, just one of the best issues of the run so far. I really loved this. I really loved this.
God, it's so weird. The last 4 issues, bar 15 was the one with the propaganda.
Wasn't that just last issue?
Was that just last issue?
I think it was 16.
Bar that one story had some of the best stuff this issue has. Yeah. This series has had going for it.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And
Anyway, I think that does it for that, doesn't it? I think, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, friends. Check out other Fresh Face one-shots that we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, obviously this series. We cover Batman: The Last Halloween, the supposed end to the long Halloween saga, which had its first issue come out recently and was just beautiful. Love it. We talked about it for way too long. It was great. Check out our video on that. We're coming up on the end of the summer DC event of 2024, Absolute Power. Its final issue comes out very, very soon, as well as the final issue of Death in the Family: Robin Lives, the alternate timeline in which Jason Todd survived, is coming out very soon. And we also cover Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, which has been awesome. A video on the latest issue just released yesterday. I also do Fresh Face Solos, which is a series where I just kind of like cover things that I read on my own time. I'm slowly catching up on X-Men by Jed MacKay to sort of go along with our Uncanny X-Men coverage. Also the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics. We're in the middle of Flashfall currently, so check that out. A lot of Flash episodes coming up, New 52 stuff. It's a good time. Also, our link trees will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. All of our socials are all there, mostly. Also, subscribe to the channel, Blood Donut Studios. It means a lot to us. And I think that about does it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.